Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this explosive show. If you are here for the first time, this is Righteous Common TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Opio Wadai, John Badi, Raila Amolo Odinga, and ODM in general have been left with rotten eggs on their faces. William Samoei Ruto cancelled the so-called Adani deal. Remember yesterday's morning, Opio Wadai was very busy telling Kenyans that ODM supports Adani deal. You remember very well that Opio Wadai was telling us Adani deal was the best thing since the coming of the sliced bread. Ladies and gentlemen, you also remember that Raila Odinga had come out very strongly in support of the Adani deal, telling Kenyans that Adani ni mweupe kama pamba. He was just an investor who had come to Kenya and should be allowed to invest and create jobs and bring what you call efficiency. When William Samoei Ruto cancelled the deal, he never bothered to call Raila Odinga. He never bothered to text John Badi. He never bothered to text Opio Wadai. They were left with rotten eggs all over their faces. They were left embarrassed. And William Samoei Ruto came like a savior, and Parliament gave him a standing ovation. The guys in ODM were left as the villain. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at this government, you realize that William Samoei Ruto is a skillful and a tactful politician. You trust him at your own peril. Ukitaka kujua why the buffaloes walk together, ask one Rigathi Gachagua, and he's going to tell you it's not out of love that buffaloes walk together. It's because of their own security. They have to trust one another. They have to move in one direction. Otherwise, the predator, and in this case the lion, will devour them. And before they know what is happening, they will be finished completely. ODM is badly tainted as we speak. ODM is culling the dirty tricks, everything bad about UDA. What William Samoei Ruto is doing here, he knows how to use and dump. Remember, William Samoei Ruto went to school in Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. One time, Daniel Toroitich called his secretary to the cabinet, Philip Bidhi. They reshuffled the cabinet. Bidhi was given a position. Everybody was given the position. But when now the 1 o'clock news came, the first person to be fired was none other than the secretary to the cabinet, Philip Bidhi himself. William Samoei Ruto is doing it. He's following the script of his master. He's following the script of his teacher. And when you look at ODM, it is coming out very clearly that the so-called experts are just flower girls. No power, no authority, and they cannot be consulted. They are just there to be ignored. Like a shepherd who take care of the sheep. But now when it comes to the slaughtering of the sheep, it is the owner of the flock who decide the fattest to be slaughtered to the guests. Ukitaka kura nguruwe, chagua aliyenona. William Samoei Ruto amechagua nguruwe aliyenona. In this case, ODM. And he's going to finish ODM. William Samoei Ruto understands very clearly that the only threat was ODM by then. And what he did is to bring the enemy so close. As somebody who reads Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, that you bring your enemies very close, even closer than your friends. That is what William Samoei Ruto did. And he wants to go down with ODM. And for sure, he is going down with ODM. And he's succeeding at supersonic speed. When it comes to 2027 general election, many people will not be associated with ODM. Many people would not like to be associated with ODM. Come 2027, the bad things, the dirty things, the failures of UDA will be carried by ODM. Because there's no way these guys will now come out and start telling Kenyans, look, we have done ABCD. Look, we are the experts. Ruto is giving the poisonous pill. The poison pill is now being given to ODM. The killer injection is now being injected to ODM behinds. Wanadugwa sindano yenye sumu. And this is what is happening. Because you see, William Samoei Ruto wanted to come out as a savior who cares for the nation, who cares for the people, who listen to the people. And if you listen to his speech very keenly, you realize that he was talking about reasoning. Leadership is about reasoning. Leadership is about reasoning even to the people with different opinions. But ladies and gentlemen, ODM came out as a villain. And that is what William Samoei Ruto want. Remember, politics is about perception. The perception now is ODM was part and parcel of the dirty tricks. ODM was part and parcel of the Adani deal. And money must have changed hands here. Truth be told, must have changed hands here. Because in Kenya, you cannot get tenders without bribing somebody. Because you see, Waswahili wanasema mkono mtupu haurabwi. Kwa hivyo lazima kuliwekwa kitu kwenye kiganja cha wale watu ndio wakubali kuuga mkono ili kadarasi ya mkandarasi ambaye ni Adani. William Samoei Ruto said very clearly that he had received intelligence report, most likely from FBI and NIS. But when you listen to those guys who are supporting Akina Kipchumba Murkomen, Akina David Sichel, because they are also as guilty as other in ODM, you realize that they had told us that they had done due diligence. It is coming out very clearly it was a lie. It is coming out very clearly it was not true. What I know is that ODM will pay the price. Will pay the price of UDA failures. ODM cannot actually be able to remove itself from William Samoei Ruto. And when you look at the politics of this nation, you realize that now Kenyans are not listening to the so-called kingpins. Kenyans are now coming out in a different way, such that they're deciding their own path. Wakiamua wanaenda hivi, wanaamua wanaenda hivi. And that's why you see, everybody now wants Matiang'i. Matiang'i seems to be the only hope. In fact, if elections were to be held today and Matiang'i is a candidate, many people would vote for Matiang'i. Let me ask you, if ODM give us a candidate, we don't know who that candidate is. So assume it is Raila Amolo Odinga. Kalonzo Musyoka is there because he has said he will be there. William Samoei Ruto will be there. And Fred Okengo Matiang'i will be there. Let us vote. Whom will you vote for? Utapigia kura nani? Let's see. Let's cast the votes. And the second question, why do you think William Samoei Ruto embarrassed his so-called CSs from ODM? Because they were embarrassed, if you ask me. They were badly embarrassed. What did he hope to achieve? Because according to me, he is playing the games of the minds. He is playing the games of bringing ODM down and culling all the burden of failure. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, ladies and gentlemen, ODM must think twice. If I were them, if, for example, if we are told to advise the so-called experts in the government from the side of ODM, how would you advise them? Because I would tell them, come Monday, they should walk out of William Samoei Ruto's government. They should resign from William Samoei Ruto's government. This way, people will see that after all, these guys means well. After all, they have realized these are crumbling ship. These are sinking ship. Guys, that is my take. I request you one thing. Please don't leave without liking. Comment, share. Let me know where you're watching the video from. Bye-bye.